Is Derrick White next?
I hope so. So, it's funny. I always wonder how fast I should turn the page on these things. And it's something I've been thinking about for a while. He's been extension eligible. So essentially he signed his in December of 2020. That was the pandemic year. So it's like essentially July of 2020. And, but second anniversary, he become eligible, and he's got 2 years left. There's no real reason the Celtics need to rush to do that, except that if Derrick White continues his upward trajectory, and after you see Fred VanVleet's of the world sign for $128 million or whatever the crazy number is, there could be a value in just getting that done sooner than later. And so his max number, if I did my math right this morning as I'm sitting at my kitchen table punching numbers, is 140% of his last year's salary, which puts him at about, I think, $27 million. So with $2 million raises each year, that gets you to about $89 million or something like that, or maybe just south of that over 3 years, which is what you can offer this summer. And so, like, if I'm the Celtics, feel pretty good about the way Derrick White has played here. And if you are all about security, I think I'd think about it. If I did my math right, I think it's 16.5% of the salary cap, and he's at 13.5 right now. It's not that big of a jump, and as you're looking for cost-efficient ways.
For 90.
So so if you call that, and again, sometimes I worry that real cap people are going to swoop in and be like, "No, you idiot, it's this." But I hope I did my math right, and I feel like that's a fair deal and something that he could at least think about. And the Celtics don't have to go that high. The CBA just changed where instead of 120%, you can go to 140%. So it's something they can talk about. You could always wait till next summer and talk about adding 3 years instead of 2 more years, or 3 or 4 more years instead of 3 years, whatever that gets you to 5 years total. So it's just something that if I'm Brad and I'm starting to plot long-term money, wouldn't be the worst to try to get him locked up. And it just comes down to how confident are you that he's your point guard for the future, and or at least a part of that backcourt, no matter who the PG and SG are. So I think if I'm Brad, it's something I'm floating. Maybe I take August off, so then maybe we can all enjoy a vacation and golf a little bit more. And let's rekindle that in September and see how everybody's feeling.
The CLNS Media Network is powered by FanDuel. Sign up at FanDuel.com/Boston and get in on the action with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed.
I would 100% lock Derrick White down as soon as humanly possible, because it's not like you have his replacement sitting somewhere on your roster that you're confident in. Right. I mean, I love Banton's going to be an interesting guy. Pritchard is, Peyton Pritchard. Who knows how long Malcolm Brogdon's going to be here? The guy that's going to replace him is not sitting on your roster right now. So, no. Unless they go out and trade for someone, which I don't think they're going to do right now. And I have a hard time replacing the guy that impacts winning like Derrick White does. I mean, he's really tremendous. And, you go from...
As long as we have a point guard on the Celtics that we can say impacts winning. Then,
well, yeah. Well, he does, though. I mean, look at his on-off numbers. They're unbelievable. But the thing, Derrick White going from a guy who everybody blamed for being terrible in the NBA Finals, which was a ridiculous subplot, by the way, to being their starting point guard and, one of their best players. I mean, I would have argued last year, Forsberg, I don't know about you, but he was their third best player last year. I thought he was tremendous.
Yes, I argued it this offseason, and then funny, 2 days later, they signed Porzingis or traded for Porzingis, and I was like, okay, well, now he's the fourth best player. But, and everybody was funny because everyone came at me and they're like, wait, wouldn't you say Rob is their third best player? And I was like, well, I would say Rob is their third best player. But I get the conversation. He was really good last year, and I think we all knew, outside of getting traded last year or essentially a year and a half ago and getting thrown into that situation and all that comes with that he would be better and that he would be more comfortable and all that. But still, he went to it if I was expecting a jump to this level, he went to an even higher level. And so I'm intrigued by. We've already seen the summer hype video of him dunking on some poor guy at a pro-am or something.
How do we feel about bald Derrick White?
Yeah, bald D White is the man now.
I'm excited for
hair. I miss the hair.
Here's a funny story. He was doing a camp out at. We talk about wearing hats on podcasts. He was doing a camp out in Colorado, And so his agent was nice enough to set something up where I could talk to him from the camp, and so we talk, and he's got a hat on. And so I don't think anything of it. And then literally, 5 minutes after we're done the interview, people are sending me these pictures of him with all these campers, and he's got no hair. And I'm like, I missed the biggest question of the day. Like, oh my God.
Derrick White,
Your fault. You didn't know.
He was like that, when you're this, how am I supposed to know?
You did nothing on the sides.
Coming out of that,
Maybe I'm just not observant. Okay, are you guys?
You weren't paying attention, Forsberg. Do your job. Christ's sake.
It's always shaved on the sides for Derrick. So I just didn't notice. So that's on me, and I'll be more observant next time.
The CLNS Media Network is powered by FanDuel. Sign up at FanDuel.com/Boston and get in on the action with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed.